You can reach a point in life where money is no longer the main problem, and yet peace still feels out of reach. On paper, everything looks fine, the income is strong, the career makes sense, the lifestyle looks respectable, but internally, something feels off. There's a quiet tension that never fully leaves, a constant awareness that everything depends on momentum, that if you slow down, even briefly, things could start to unravel. This isn't failure, and it isn't rare. In America, this is what success often feels like. Most people believe stress disappears once you earn enough, but what actually happens is different. The stress doesn't disappear, it just changes shape. When money is tight, the fear is obvious. Can I pay rent? Can I cover groceries? Can I survive this month? But when income increases, a new fear replaces it. What happens if this stops? Because as income rises, life doesn't just improve, it hardens. Commitments lock in, expectations solidify, expenses become permanent. You're no longer worried about getting ahead, you're worried about maintaining the lifestyle, maintaining the image, maintaining the income that supports everything else. And that pressure is heavier than most people admit in American culture. High income is treated like safety, but income alone is fragile. It depends on health, it depends on performance, it depends on the economy, it depends on being needed. The moment any of that changes, income can disappear. And when income disappears, so does the illusion of control. That's why so many high earners live cautiously. They don't feel free, they feel responsible. Responsible for payments, responsible for expectations, responsible for keeping the machine running. And once your life becomes a machine, you don't rest, you maintain. Most people don't fall into this intentionally. It happens gradually. A raise comes, then an upgrade feels reasonable, a better apartment, a newer car, more convenience, more comfort. Each decision feels justified, nothing feels reckless. But every upgrade quietly raises your baseline. Your monthly life becomes more expensive to exist in. Soon your higher income doesn't feel like progress. It feels required, and you're not earning more to build freedom, you're earning more to keep everything from collapsing. This is where people get confused, like they assume the solution is even more income. Another raise, another promotion, another step up. But if your lifestyle grows at the same pace as your income, nothing fundamentally changes. The pressure stays, the anxiety stays. Only the numbers get bigger. America rarely talks about this openly because the culture celebrates visible success, big houses, nice cars, busy schedules, full calendars. But visibility isn't stability. A life that looks impressive can still be financially delicate, especially when it's built on debt. Debt has been normalized so deeply that most people don't question it anymore. Car payments are expected, mortgages are celebrated, credit cards are casual. Debt gives access, but access is not ownership. You can live in a beautiful house and still not truly control your situation. You can drive a luxury car and still feel nervous when the payment date approaches. Debt ties your future to your income. It reduces flexibility. It limits options. High earners often feel safe with debt because the payments seem manageable, but manageable doesn't mean harmless. It just means the pressure is spread out over time, and pressure, when constant, becomes stress. Another part people underestimate is taxation. In the United States, earned income is heavily taxed. The harder you work for money, the more efficiently it's taken away. Paycheck income gets taxed first, then what's left gets spent. This system rewards activity, not ownership. People who rely only on income are playing the most expensive version of the game, and many don't even realize there are other versions because no one teaches this early. From a young age, the message is simple: get a good job, work hard, earn more. Everything else is assumed to fall into place, but real life doesn't work that cleanly. Income moves through your hands, ownership stays, and the difference between those two things is the difference between pressure and peace. One of the most powerful ideas most people never learn is burn rate. How much money your life consumes each month just to function. Housing, transportation, food, insurance, subscriptions, obligations. The higher your burn rate, the more income you need just to stay still. Lowering burn rate doesn't feel exciting. It doesn't impress anyone, but it quietly increases freedom. Because freedom isn't about how much you make, it's about how much you need. Someone earning less but needing less can feel calmer than someone earning more but needing everything. That's why you sometimes see people with smaller incomes and lighter lives who seem more at ease. They're not missing ambition, they've optimized for control, they can slow down, they can change direction, they can say no. Options are the real currency, and options don't come from appearances. They come from margin, time margin, financial margin, mental margin. Margin means space between you and panic. Most high earners live without margin, not because they're irresponsible, but because their lives expanded faster than their ownership. They stayed busy, they stayed productive, they stayed committed, but they didn't stay flexible. This is why success in America can feel exhausting. You're rewarded for motion, not for stillness, for growth, not for stability, for consumption, not for restraint. Slowing down feels like falling behind. Simplifying feels like giving up. So people keep going, even when they're tired, even when the pressure feels constant. And over time, that pressure becomes normal. People stop questioning it. They assume this is just how adult life feels, but it doesn't have to. Real wealth isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't require validation. It doesn't need to look impressive. Real wealth feels like breathing room. It feels like knowing you could pause if you needed to. It feels like not being trapped by your own success. That kind of wealth is built quietly through intentional spending, through controlled lifestyle growth, through ownership over time. It's not exciting, it's not fast, and it doesn't show well online, but it creates something far more valuable than status. It creates peace. The most important shift isn't asking, how can I earn more? It's asking, how dependent is my life on constant income? How long could I sustain myself if things changed? How much of my time do I actually own? Those questions are uncomfortable, but they're clarifying. Because income can disappear, markets change, health changes, life changes, ownership absorbs shock. Income doesn't. Once you understand this, your priorities shift. You stop chasing appearances. You stop measuring success by noise. You start valuing stability over speed. You begin to build a life that doesn't need constant momentum to survive. And that's when money finally starts serving you instead of controlling you. High income is useful, but only when it's directed with intention. Without that, it becomes just another responsibility, another thing to maintain, another thing to protect. And that's why so many people in America look successful, but feel trapped. Not because they failed, but because they were never taught that freedom is built quietly. And usually it starts with owning more of your life than you display.